The views and opinions expressed by the host do not necessarily state or reflect those of the company and its management. Furthermore, the views and opinions of the guest do not reflect those of the host, the show, the management, and the network.
Hi, I'm Rodolfo and inviting each and every one of you to watch Simply Now on Talk Live channel.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights. And
It depends, used in speech to say that the answer to a question will be different in different situations. And we usually hear this statement from a lawyer or a law student. But we can actually use this in our everyday lives, right? For example, if a friend asks you, like, you think you'll go back to college? Then you'll say, it all depends. I will if I can afford it. Or somebody will ask you, which team do you think will win? So your answer will be like that depends, right? So good evening, everyone. My name is Mao Tolentino, and welcome to the season 3, episode 4 of Simply Mao, a Talk Life channel. Hello, everybody. Watch out for Simply Now on Talk Life channel. Tonight, we will dig into the many facets of It Depends with my guest. He is a cum laude in Rizal University School of Law, 2006, founding partner of Nicolas Franco Consulting, a law professor at Rizal University School of Law, legal and financial consultant to several local and multinational companies. He's been in the accounting education for 21 years and 15 years in the legal profession, but then 13 years in the IT industry. Friends, help me welcome attorney Rodolfo Nicolas. Hello there, attorney Nick.
Hey, Mal. How are you?
Good evening to you, attorney, and
Good
how are
evening to you
you
too.
tonight?
Well, I'm great. I feel great.
Can you please greet our viewers, attorney Nick? Say hello to your
To
friends out there.
yes, to our friends and viewers of Simply Mao on Talk Life channel. Good evening to all of you.
Yeah. You know what? For everybody's information, Attorney Nick is my professor or was my professor in law school when I was in JRU Law School. He was my professor in taxation, legal ethics, and legal writing. Ayan. So kung tatanungin niyo ako if he's strict, yes, he is. And I know that all of his students will agree to that, right, Attorney Nick?
Yes.
Oo. Well, fair naman yung pagka-strict ni Attorney Nick. No? Strict, but of course, he is a cool professor. You can see that naman on his aura. All right, Attorney Nick. Now we're going to talk about your victories, your challenges as a person, as a professor, and of course, as a law student when you were studying law, no? Nung time mo. And then, of course, yung pre-law mo. Ayan. But then, before we move on and dig deep on this, would you please tell us who is Nick? Who is Attorney Nick?
Well, now Nick can be described as three A's. Three
Mm-hmm.
A's. The first A is I am an academician. The
Okay.
second A is that I am an accountant. And the
Mm-hmm.
third A is I am an attorney.
Mm-hmm. And
So
if you will summarize your description, what would it be?
cool.
Cool. Oh nga, no? Cool and chill. So there you go, guys. If you will see Attorney Nick, he's so cool. He's so just chill. And that is his aura. Yan talaga siya. No? When I first saw him in JRU Law School, I thought nga estudyante nung time na yon. So, but then of course, he is my professor. He was my professor in taxation. All right. So, Attorney Nick, having said that you are an attorney, an accountant, and academe, what can you say about the online platform as of the moment that we are experiencing right now?
Well, there are actually advantages and disadvantages of the uh, online platform that we have, specifically in the academe. Okay, I'll go first with the disadvantages. Teaching is actually something that is of personal touch. So face to face meeting with the student is really, really very important. Um, and the discussion and uh, argumentation, especially in law school, the debates, face to face debate, that trains a student to be ready to face the challenges of the legal profession. Unfortunately, because of the online platform that we have, we can't do so much.
Mm-hmm.
So the personal touch is missing. Okay, you don't know anymore if the students are really very interested. You see glass eyes already. They are looking at their screens, but you cannot identify whether or not uh, they get you, okay, or they understand what you're talking about. And
Okay.
for me, the personal touch is very, very important, especially in teaching.
Mm-hmm.
The good side about online platform is that in order for us to overcome the disadvantages, we became very, very creative. For example, in my case, I don't, when I go to class, I just memorize everything and then uh, tell the class a story or a case, which is very important in the discussion.
Yeah.
It is a one-to-one discussion. But in an online class, I had to do like video editing. I have to know the music. I have to not only educate but entertain them. So to make the class lively as much as possible.
Mhm.
So that is an advantage for me as well.
Yeah.
Before the traffic was terrible. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, you have to spend like an hour from your office to school,
Yeah.
and then another hour from school to your home, just to do the job. But
Yes.
with the online platform, you can prepare for a class within a 30-minute or 15-minute time. Okay.
I agree to that. I agree to that, Attorney Nick. And somehow you also learn something about online, right? You prepare like the video and all. Kasi I was like looking your profile, medyo nagkakaroon na ng creativity si Attorney Nick. Kasi nga minsan, most of the time I see you like posting the creativity of your student, no? Yung kung paano nila ginagawa yung kanilang research, the legal research, the writing and all. So I really commend you for that. Kasi nga, this online has taught us a lot of things, no? Attorney Nick, and I am happy that you are actually coping with this online thing. And speaking of pandemic, speaking of this adversity, what is the most important thing that happened to you this year? Or, I mean, not just this year because it's just January, like the 2020 and 2021.
Well, number one, I think because of the pandemic of 2020, I think we were hit around February or March of 2020. Okay,
Yeah, March, yeah.
I think one thing that I have learned in life is that did I concentrate on the most important things of life or only the luxury of life?
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing. And if you concentrated, you focus on the most important things in life, everything that are not important anymore will just go away. So the pandemic actually taught us like what is important. Food is very important. If you can't get out of your home, okay, and you prioritize your shoes more than your food, that's a
Mm-hmm.
very big problem. Okay,
Yeah.
um, connection is very important. I mean, if you are quarantined or you were locked down in your place and you don't know anyone, you're just alone, you feel sad because no man is an island. So you go and check with some of your friends. You've reconnected to some of your classmates that you have never talked to or seen before. So we saw that aside from food, friends and connection are really very important. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
before we were buying like luxurious clothes, we bought luxurious belts, bags, etc. But now for us, before alcohol and face mask was already luxurious, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it taught us how to identify at the time of crisis the most important things in life and the most important people in life, and then I've learned how to value them most.
Yeah, yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
I love that statement, Attorney Nick. I love the fact that we are able. I love that statement that we are able to identify the important people, important things in life, and you are able to value them. No, I love that statement because I usually value people. At the end of the day, sino ba yung mga taong nakasama mo at kasi ang ikli ng buhay ngayon, no, Attorney Nick, napansin mo din yun, di ba? Life is really very, very short and kung pwede lang na lahat ng mga dati mong kasama, makasama mo ulit, right? Kasi you don't know, eh. You don't know what will happen in the next few years, right? So here, to all of my viewers, we are seeing a person who is very successful, but he was able to realize the value of life, the value of the people around him, the value of the things that somehow no hindi niya pinapansin before, pero ngayon he knows what he wanted and he knows how to do with it. And I hope that all of you there watching right now, if you feel somehow that you are not worthy, you feel that you are not who you are, di ba? Yung hindi mo, wala kang kakayahan, di ba? You just take a look at Attorney Nick. Di ba? He's successful, but then he realized more so that he can also give more. Right, Attorney Nick?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's right.
Yeah, and for those who are watching right now, no, yung mga nag-aaral, you know what, Attorney Nick kasi was a cum laude, no, sa law school when he graduated. And it's not really easy to be in a law school, no? Sobrang hirap po. Dadaan ka talaga sa sa butas ng karayom before you finish that course. And having that award, having that honor, and also he got like an honor then when he graduated accountancy. No, Attorney Nick, that was your
Yes,
previous. Yeah.
yes,
Okay. Now, given that scenario, given that situation, then that you are, graduated with a high, with a high honors and all. What can you say, or what can you tell to the young viewers na parang feeling nila ngayon na tinatamad silang mag-aral or feeling nila na they just wanna get by. They just wanna finish this and that's it. So what lesson would you like to tell them?
well, number one is that the Latin honors, whether you the summa cum laude, magna cum laude, or cum laude, um, that should not be the goal. Because if that is your goal, definitely it will pressure you and it will put a toll on you. The goal is to really learn the skills in school and
Mm-hmm.
to enjoy while you are learning. Okay. Um, for example, in my case, in college, uh, I was a part of an accounting society called the Junior Philippine Institute of Accountants. So while I was studying accounting, uh, a lot of my friends would help me on a difficult subject. So you learn and at the same time you enjoy. Okay, and then and when you enjoy, you can last a particular set of time studying because if you don't enjoy, it becomes very boring and you stop studying. It becomes a load on you. But when you enjoy, if you're cool enough, then
Yeah.
yung 3 hours parang ang bilis lang kaagad if you enjoy. So
Mhm.
when you enjoy that journey, and you have to find ways on how you will enjoy that journey, then at the end of the year or the course, you will have high grades. Then the Latin honors would only be the gift not because of your hard work only, the gift because you enjoyed the journey. So it is just like an award, basically,
Yeah.
but that should not be in your head. So how would you enjoy? Ask questions, meet people. If for example one classmate is good in one subject, interview him, know his secret. um, you, as we say in our group, you are the average of the 5 person you're always with. So if you want to increase your value, you have to increase also, look you have to look at the people around you. Are they really valuable to you, and vice versa? Are you valuable to them as well, to increase your value? So when you do that, if you have a positive attitude and you enjoy the journey, uh, don't let pressure put you down. Because especially like parents would always say, "Oh, lagi ka na lang naglalaro sa mobile games or lagi ka na lang nasa phone, okay? If you don't enjoy and you take on the pressure, definitely you will not get the goal, and most
Mm.
probably you will just stay there at the side.
Wow.
You will have anxiety and depression. Eh,
That's a great
during my
wisdom.
time, that's the problem that you'll be
Yeah.
having.
Yeah, I agree to that, Attorney Nick. And ang daming sinabi ni Attorney Nick. I hope that we took note of that. Number one, you have to enjoy while learning. And then you have to enjoy the journey. Ang pinaka-the best na sinabi ni Attorney Nick ngayong araw, ngayong gabi na to, yung sa learning ng mga young people who are in school as of the moment is that you don't need to be shy or to be ashamed of asking question. Kasi nga, attorney, di ba, ako I believe kasi if you are the smartest person in the room, you are in the wrong room, right? Kasi different people, different folks, different strokes. So we all have different capacity, ability, we have different knowledge, different, different everything, Kaya hindi hindi nakakahiya kung magtatanong ka. Tama, kasi
That's right.
most of the people kasi attorney Nick, no, most of the young generation right now, they are like ashamed of asking question. Maybe they feel na kasi hindi nila alam and they will be judged, right? So coming from attorney Nick, no, ito yung tipo ng tao na may authority to tell you na hindi if your goal is to get that award, then do not do that. No, don't do that. Kasi parang ano mo na lang yun, it's just a gift sa mga ginawa mo because you are enjoying, right? Okay, so
Yes.
before we move on, Attorney Nick, I'd like to read some messages. Ayan, ang daming message ngayon natin. Okay, let's start off with Coach Loretta. Good evening, Coach Mao. And yes, good evening, Coach Loretta. She's from Davao, Attorney Nick. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Um, we have Tita Lynn Urbano. Good evening, Coach Mao. And good evening po, Tita Lynn, our avid fan, avid viewer po natin yan sa Tita Lynn. Good evening, Attorney Nick, sabi niya.
Hi
And of,
Marlene.
yeah, and of course, my son, Miguel. Good evening. Good evening to you, Kuya. And then we have Art Tagino. Good evening po, Ma'am Mao and Attorney Nick. Hello, Art. Art is from, I think, if I'm not mistaken, Isabella or Tugigaraw. Thank you for watching, Art. And then, of course, the president of Top Life channel, Leo. Thank you, Leo, for watching. Great evening now. And ito na ang iyong number one fan, Attorney Nick, si Ariel.
Oh wow, Ariel.
Can you read his message?
Well, here's my three A's for you, Attorney Nick: achiever, admirable, and attractive.
Wow.
Wow. Humbled
Ano,
by the
mga,
description.
mga ilang books na kaya yung bibilin ni Attorney Nick. Ayan. And sabi pa niya, wow, cum laude. Ako po magna attorney. Magna 9 years na sa college. Hindi pa din nakaka-graduate. And we have Emily Tetaro. Good PM, Attorney Nick. Proud friend here. Hello, Emily. Thank you for watching.
Hi, Doc Emily. Thank you for watching.
Thank you, Doc, for watching and thank you for supporting Attorney Nick. Ayan. And our friend from Tugigaraw, I agree po, attorney, sabi niya, being cum laude is just a bonus. The goal is to really learn and graduate. And we must surround ourselves with positive and brilliant people to also imbibe their auras and energies. Wow! I love that art. And because of that, you won something from Simply Now. Okay.
Wow.
And Art said, watching from Cabagan yon, Cabagan, Isabela Region 2. Thank you, Art. Ayan. And of course, my sister, yan, my sister in Christ, Althea. Good evening, Sis Mau and Attorney Nick. Yan. And sabi po ni Coach Loretta, hi attorney, thank you. Totoo talaga dapat na sa puso ng mga students to enjoy learning. I'm always saying to my students, do not compete for others and then compete for yourself. Kasi si Coach Loretta, attorney Nick, is also in academe, no? Yeah, she is a
Wow.
professor, Davao City, yeah, in the university there. Okay, so thank you for all of your messages. Nakakataba ng puso that all of you are watching tonight. and appreciating our topic. It depends. And speaking of our topic, Attorney Nick, I would like you to have some comments of it, di ba? Kasi lagi natin ito naririnig, di ba, Attorney Nick, you agree? Di ba? But when somebody asks you, especially yung mga law student, you remember when we were in first year, di ba, masyado kaming, alam mo yun, overwhelmed kasi nag-aaral ng batas and all. Tapos, di ba, may feeling lawyer ka na, ganun. So when somebody asks you like, what can you say about this blah blah blah, and then we'll say like, it depends. Experience that, Attorney Nick.
Yes, yes. Some, well, there will be some professors maybe who may get irritated if they hear the word "it depends,"
Yeah.
because it sounds like the student or the one who's saying it is not decisive. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, usually in a like an impromptu or an extemporaneous question, if you're given a set of facts and the facts are not clear, of course you will qualify your answer. So you will say it depends. Okay? So a person who says it depends with the right timing, of course, is a person for me that really thinks hard the answer. He's a type of person who will deeply think before he opens his mouth, and he wants to clarify the facts first before he gives his opinion. So
Yeah.
thus the word depends.
Yes, and I agree, and very much Attorney Nick. No, when Attorney Nick is like teaching, no, when we were in law school, ganyan talaga po siya, no. He doesn't change, and I'm happy that I'm able to see him this way, na hindi nagbago. Although syempre naging slimmer, yan, physically yan si. Pero when we were in JRU before, what you see in him right now, he's like that. Now, when he's teaching, he's giving out like positive aura first. He was like connecting the, kasi nga taxation is like a boring subject. I don't know. I don't know, Attorney Nick, but for me, it is, di ba? Nakikita mo naman ako, no? So that's my weakness. Actually, that's the subject that I know that my weakness. Kaya masyado kong pinag-aaralan po yung taxation no before. And he's connecting everything like sa buhay, or he'll give us a quote and all, and that it depends what he mentioned a while ago, how he explained it. That's basically him, no, kasi si Attorney Nick hindi yan ang judge ng estudyante. He believes in each strength of his students, and I wanted to commend him on that. Okay, and moving on, Attorney Nick, siguro kasi nga ako kilala kita, no, I know you, but my viewers don't know anything about you. But can you please tell us what's the most important thing we should know about Attorney Nick?
The most important,
Thing that we should know about you.
well,
May
I
buhay
think
ba?
the
Meron bang life si Attorney Nick? Meron ba siyang
oh yeah. Well,
meron bang
number
kasi
I
mo,
love I love two things. I love two things. Okay,
okay.
I have a good friend. He was the HR, former HR manager, graduate of psychology, who also took his master's degree in Cornell University. He's a Filipino, by the way. And he said, "You know what? You are not extrovert, and you are not introvert." So
Mm.
I asked him, "What am I?" And he said, "You are an ambivert." So what's an
Oh,
ambivert?
okay.
You could either be extrovert and introvert. And when I was analyzing myself, I think it was true because number one, I'm a book lover. I mean, I read a lot of books. To be honest, I hoard books, 3 books a week,
I
and
know.
I read really really very fast. Okay,
Mm.
so and if I read, the reason why I have the ability to read fast, it's because no one is disturbing me. I'm just like a monk inside my room. Especially now that I have my own unit, I live alone. So
Mhm.
in that sense, I'm an introvert. But also, I love travel. I love to
Mhm.
go around the world. I love to see places. I love to bring the history and culture of these places to the classroom and tell the class that, oh, I went to this place and this is the history of the place and this is the law of the place. And I've met a lot of people. So, in that sense, I'm also an extrovert. I love meeting people as well and learn from them. I always see people that I encounter as teachers. Uh, Somehow they are your intermittent teachers. So
Mm-hmm.
if I see a child, what can I learn from this child? If I see an old man, what can I learn from this old man? And then bring the wisdom and bring the lesson to the class, hoping that someday they will be able to spread that wisdom and information to their families. And that's how I want to influence them as well. So I think being an ambivert, which is a combination of being extrovert and introvert, is one thing that you may learn from me as well.
Wow, yes. Oo, ngayon ko lang narinig yan actually. And let me just show it if the spelling is correct. Is that how we spell this? Ambivert?
Yes,
Um,
yes, yes.
okay. All right.
Ambivert. I think it's a combination of both introvert and extrovert.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So thank you for that new learnings. So nagkaroon tayo ng new learnings tonight. Ambivert. Okay. And so many things that you are so busy with, so many things that you have in mind, so many things that you want to do, no, attorney. But let me ask you, what do you love most about what you do?
Well, meeting a lot of friends, meeting a lot of people. I feel energized whenever I meet different types of people from different walks of life. Okay, um, one good thing about this is that I'm building my network,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll give you one good example. I think it was a year ago, or well, 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we had our 25th anniversary, the high school reunion.
Yeah.
So everyone met, and they didn't know that I was already a lawyer. So, and I've met a lot of classmates before, and they reconnected with me, and later on they became my clients to their business, to their legal problems, etc. And then I also have some classmates who became an answer to the problem of another classmate. So, oh,
Wow.
you have a problem with your car? Oh,
Mm-hmm.
ito may kakilala ako, ano siya, meron siyang mekaniko siya, marami siyang alam tungkol sa car. So,
Yeah.
you're the one who becomes like the connector among all of your friends. And I feel happy about it because you're able to solve one's problem, not by yourself, but by connecting them to another
Yeah.
person. So I think that is one thing that I really love about my work, whether I'm in the academe or whether I talk to client as a consultant or as a lawyer or talk to some of the business people as an accountant. So those are the things, meeting a lot of people.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that, Attorney Nick, kasi nga, di ba, you became the master connector of everyone. No, you are the master connector and fulfilling nga naman yung ganon, di ba? For everybody's information, fulfilling when you connect someone to other people who's in need, and that's how Attorney Nick is. Okay, so
And
let me just
they would always say, by the way, that your network is also your net worth.
network.
So,
Yes,
di
yeah, I
ba?
agree to that. I agree to that. Okay, and before we move on, Attorney Nick, I would like to show you some pictures, and then from these pictures, I'm gonna ask you like a bit of trivia or question about it. Okay, so are we ready for the pictures? First
Okay.
picture. Okay, the passport. I know, ano they represent niya, but I wanted to ask you, Attorney, what represents this one? Do you miss something?
Yes, of course. Travel is something that I really missed a lot. Okay.
Yeah.
I have this goal kasi. I have this goal to travel 500 destination in my lifetime. So that's my goal.
Yeah.
So, so
Wow.
maraming, in short, maraming tatak sa ano sa passport.
Oo nga. And by traveling, Attorney Nick, no, siguro if I may ask, what really, makes you happy when you are out of the country? I know, I mean, ako po kasi, when I travel, I am happy because I am able to see other parts of the world aside from the Philippines. And somehow, meron lang konting kurot, no, in my heart na when you go out of the country kasi you will see how behind our country is, di ba? Do you feel that as well, Attorney? And what about you? What makes you really happy and go back to other countries that you would like to travel?
Well, one thing is that I look for the best practices of each country. The best practices.
Mm-mm.
Um, the reason behind it is that I would like to get those best practices and teach that to the students.
Mm-hmm.
That's one. I go out to different places to know the differences and most especially the similarities in the culture. Na, for example, I went to Sabah in
Mm-hmm.
Malaysia
Yeah.
and just found out na almost all of them looks like Filipinos.
Yes.
They're,
Yeah, they
the
are.
way they dance, they look like Filipinos. They, if we have the tinikling, they have also their
A
specific
version.
folk
Yeah.
dances almost the same as it. If we have the natives here
Mm-hmm.
with the native attires, they also have almost the same. So you can see the unity with some cultures as well. And for technology, for example, how far are we with as far as technology is concerned? For example, I went to Singapore, parang naka 5G na yata sila. Ang bilis talaga ng internet.
Mm-mm.
In 2014, parang dito sa Pilipinas, naka 3G ka na. Parang ang tagal pa rin ng internet. Parang ang tagal mag-load. So you see those differences and you
Yeah.
ask yourself, what can I do, even in a small thing, what can I do to improve the situation here?
Yeah.
So for me, it's really the best practices, and that's the
Mm-hmm.
reason why I really travel. It
Yeah.
widens your horizon, and
Mm-hmm.
um,
Yes, I agree to that, no,
appreciate.
Attorney. Yeah, it widens your horizon. I love that. Kasi yun talaga yung purpose mo when you travel out of the country. And kung napansin niyo si Attorney Nick, di ba, estudyante pa din and he wanted to teach pa din. Yun pa din yung purpose. Pero hindi siya nakakahon dun sa module, hindi siya nakakahon dun sa curriculum, hindi siya nakakahon dun sa kung ano lang yung dapat niyang ituro. You see, that's how I love this man. That's how I love this person kasi nga he really go out of his way for him to be able to give the best to his students. And I really thank you for that, Attorney Nick. You are one of the reasons why I pursue this kind of career. And the next photo, please.
Oh my
Wow!
goodness,
Ganyan na ba? Ganyan na bang library mo, Attorney Nick?
this this is this is sanctuary to me. I mean,
Yeah, I know.
if somebody will challenge me in to stay in a place for 1 month without
Mhm.
internet but with food
Yeah.
for 10 million or 20 million pesos, as long as there are books, I can survive.
Wow. And speaking of books, Attorney Nick, no, what books have shaped you the most? Sa mga nabasa mo, maybe you can give us like one to two books that really have shaped you and for you to be able to incline yourself into that kind of hobby.
Okay. In 2012 or 2013, I chanced upon a book in a national bookstore entitled Thinking Fast and Slow by
Mm-hmm.
Daniel Kahneman. Daniel Kahneman is actually from Israel. He was a psychologist, But what is interesting about him is that although he was a psychologist, he won a Nobel Prize in economics.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He was considered the father of behavioral economics. And his book, Thinking Fast and Slow, uh, tells us that we are not rational beings. We are not rational beings. Sometimes we think illogically or we think irrationally.
Mm-hmm.
And because of that book, I became very self-aware of what are my biases, what are my the fallacious thinking that I have, and how to change it. And
Mm-hmm.
when I, of course, you cannot change 100%, but at least somehow you will be able to remove your biases, and you will go towards a more logical thinking than not knowing what are your biases.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
I was able, when I was able to know my biases, I think I think clearly now, and I think effectively, and I make good decisions. And
Mm-hmm.
I became more. I've mastered my emotions better than before. I have not read these types of books,
Yeah.
so that really helped me a lot, most
Wow.
especially in decision making.
Yeah, that's huge, no, Attorney Nick. And by just simply reading a book, you're able to analyze who you are and able to practice what you have read in the book, di ba? That's something, no? That's something. And I have here a very good comment, Attorney Nick. Basahin ko lang to. According to Art, ayan, sabi niya, Attorney Nick, parang gusto ko na po mag-aboga siya, ma'am. Now, kung puro gaya ni Attorney Nick ang professor. Kasi napaka-chill lang niya, very humble and enthusiastic person that is eager to learn to everyone he meets. Baka yun ang secret niya to have that very light aura. Mukha siyang bata pa rin. Yeah, oh, I agree with you. Agree with you. And sabi ni Ariel, I'm learning a lot po, attorney. Sabi po dito ni Coach. Thank you, Kuya Cesar. Yeah, thank you, Cesar, for watching from Davao City. And ito yung best na gusto ko kay Ariel, no? He can really remember the words of his mentors. So, sabi niya, you are more than just a professor, attorney. Swerte ng mga estudyante mo. And sabi din niya, according to Darren Hardy, one of his mentors, I once heard my mentor Darren Hardy said, poor people have big TV. Rich people have big library. And you know what, attorney, si Ariel talagang gusto niyan mag-ano, mahilig din siya magbasa. Ayan. And si Art, brother Art is also an author. Yes, he is an author. Okay, so let's move on. Attorney, ang dami ko na-inspire ngayong gabi. I want to thank you for that. I want to thank you for gracing my show. So let's move on to the next thing. So, ooh, I was looking at this profile picture of yours in Facebook, and then I was thinking, ano kayong story ni Attorney Nick dito? So, Attorney, share a bit of your story about this photo.
Okay. Actually, so I have my own unit. I have my own condominium unit, and uh, during the Christmas season, my family visits me. My mom, my sister, and my pamangkin. We're very a very small family. And then this shot was taken January 1 of this year,
Okay.
early morning, by
Mm-hmm.
my sister Rowena.
Mm-mm.
Of course, if it was January 1, maybe around 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock, uh, the place where I'm looking at is actually full of buildings, and that's where the sun rises. And then you would I asked myself, and I was thinking that I am very grateful for everything that I have now. I started my year by being grateful, by having an attitude of gratitude. And
Wow.
every morning before I start my day, I will always meditate about life, um,
Mm-hmm.
to recalibrate the so-called ikigai. Ikigai is a Japanese word which can be loosely translated into your purpose in life. So, and to know your purpose in life is one of the keys in order for you to have a long life. To know your purpose in life, kumbaga, just like in the advertisement, kanino ka ba or bakit ka ba bumabangon? That's your ikigai. That time, I was very, very quiet in my room, um, because all of them were like preparing for breakfast. I was there sitting, and then my sister caught me that I was like hypnotized by the scenery that I see, by the mountains and by the sea, that scenery. And then she got a perfect shot. So
Yeah.
I was in my loose clothes, early
Mm-hmm.
morning clothes, uh, white t-shirt and shorts. Medyo magulo pa yung mga unan ko, and I also have my Supreme Court certificate as well at the side.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so this became a something that is memorable to me, and that became my profile picture up until
Yes.
today on social
Yeah.
media.
When I actually saw this Attorney Nick, I also thought of you being authentic. Kasi nga, di ba, ang gulo ng bed, and then you are just all alone there. And kumbaga walang pretensions. And I love that attitude of gratitude. Kasi our country manager, Mami Kate Bagisilio, a while ago, she talked about gratitude, that every day, at the beginning of the day, you have to say thank you and be grateful for whatever you have in your life, whether it's small or it's big. You let the universe know that you are grateful. You let God knows that you are grateful for everything that you have. And um, now tonight you are confirming that, and I love that. For everybody out there who are watching, be grateful. Never forget to say thank you. Thank you to everything that have happened to you. Thank you, whether it's good or bad, small or big. And then, of course, be authentic. And okay, so let's go to the next photo. Ang daming learnings today. Yeah. So family. For everybody's information, Attorney Nick really is has a beautiful family, and I want you to share your family to us, Attorney Nick. I mean, in a nutshell.
Well, we we are not a perfect family, by the way. We have some squabbles within the family, but at the
Yeah,
end
just
of
like
the
any
day,
other family.
uh, like any other family,
Yes.
I lost my father in 2010, um, because he died with uh, diabetes complication. Even before that, I already took the helm of the family as the breadwinner.
Mm-hmm.
So, um, and then I have my mom who just celebrated her 66th birthday, 2 weeks ago. And then my sister is a single parent, and then we have a kid also, her kid, Zeth. Um, what is important for me is that, um, despite all of the successes that you have in life, all of these will not be important if there is uh, uh, no one you could share with the successes, all of the things, the good things or the blessings that you have. So you
Yeah.
always go back to the family.
Mm-mm.
I remembered one friend. We were talking about the dream board, and then he asked me, "Okay, what should be in your dream board?" I said, "Oh, you have to do it. One, the dream for yourself, for your finances, uh, for your fitness, for community, for charity, and then for family. So you should have like." samples there. And then uh, he had everything, almost everything, except for one. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
he had all the travels. He was a well-traveled person, but uh, he later on realized that he did not have a picture, a complete family picture of the family uh, traveling together. So when he realized that, the next month he gathered all of his family and they traveled. Okay, so
Yeah.
there are so many people who would post on social media that they went to this place and that place, but you can see that they are traveling alone. Okay, they're
Mm-hmm.
traveling alone. That is success. If you travel alone, that's success. But if you travel with family, that is significance.
Yeah.
And for me, between success and significance, significance is more important
Yes. I
because you
agree
are
with
able
that.
to share the blessing with the family. So
Yeah.
every year, Mao, if it
Mm-hmm.
was not pandemic, I have four major travels. Well, for me, I do like almost on a monthly basis travel on my own or with some barkada. But at least four of those travels in a year, I would bring my family, two international and two local travels. So family for me is very important. The reason my ikigai is my family. My purpose in life is my family. And
Yes.
the word family actually is extended later on to my friends,
Mm-hmm.
like you, like Ariel, and then to my students. They are now
Mm-hmm.
family.
Yes.
So
Yeah, I love that. Family is significant, no? Family is significant. It is kasi whatever happens in you in your life, isa lang ang babalikan mo, and that is your family. And why did I ask that, no, from attorney Nick, for the benefit of our viewers, attorney Nick? Kasi I can see attorney Nick how he loves his family, how he treats his mom, his sister, 'di ba? His pamangkin, no? Favorite niya po 'yun eh, yung pamangkin niya na 'yun. The chubby chubby kid. And I really love that because when a person so successful and he value family, that's something. So meaning, yung heart niyan, genuine. Di ba, Attorney Nick, no? Yun ang ano ko eh. Yun ang lagi kong tinitingnan dyan. If a person is successful and he value family, he is more than successful. He is significant. There you go. Okay. And last photo, please. Woohoo! Hard. Okay.
oh, wow.
Why? Kasi, curious kaming lahat malaman dito. Kumusta ba ang puso ng napaka-gorgeous na attorney Nick? Tawag ko lang
Well,
sa kanya Sir Nick.
uh, well,
How's your heart?
single and ready to mingle.
Wow! Woo! Narinig niyo ba yun? Single and ready to
Ready to mingle.
mingle. That's so simple. Ayan. Of course, siguro beyond being a single and ready to mingle, what can what can a Nick offer? Yung heart niya, no? Aside from the love, aside from the relationship, gano'n. Ano ba yung puso ni Attorney Nick? Ano pa yung gusto niyang marating, no? What really defines you?
Sa akin, ano lang naman eh. If 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 people would see me in any aspect of my life, kahit man lang yan maglinis ng CR or
Mm-hmm.
magturo, I would like them to see that I did my very best to do that act. So
Yeah.
whenever I let's say plan for the simple birthday of my mom, I would like to make sure that I put the best that I have for that specific celebration. If I make a lecture for one day, I'd like to make sure that uh, I put my heart, my best uh, in that particular act. There was this one, I remembered there was this one a passage in the Bible which was taught to me by the directress of the school. She happens
Mhm.
to be the founder of Faith Christian School. She was Philomena G. Escobedo. Um, she became my second mom in school. And then she taught me this Bible passage. She said, do your best to present yourself to God as one approved.
Mhm.
So for me, um, we should have that uh, heart of doing our very best. It is as if that is our last act of excellence every day. And if you do that, you will not use the word regret in your life ever. If you put your heart into it and you do your best, regret is not even a word for you. So I was 12 or 13 when I learned that Bible passage. I'm now 42, turning 43. That was like 30 years. And that is the only thing that I held on whenever I do a specific project or I I experience life in general. So
Wow.
that heart means to do your best, to put
Mhm.
everything, to put your heart into a specific situation or a specific experience.
Wow. Yeah, I love that. I love everything that you have said, Attorney Nick. Put your best, be at your best, and put your heart in everything that we do. Thank you so much for that, Attorney Nick. And more comments to read on. Okay, so according to, again, Ariel, sabi ko sa'yo, number one fan mo to, no? Si Ariel, success is what you do for yourself. Significance is what you do for others. And that is from John Maxwell. And Ariel was able to get the peak of his life, yung kanyang significance, that's why he called himself Mr. Significant. And yung book, Attorney Nick, pag nabasa mo yon, siguro babalik ka sa akin and then you'll ask me, paano mo nagawa? Di ba?
Yes, yes.
Yan. Okay. And Sis Faye, she said, hi, I'm enjoying watching you both rather than the replay of presidential interview. Watching from the Paliches, Quezon City. Oh, don't worry, sis. I will not ask Attorney Nick, bakit ka ba tatakbo? No? Ay, hindi. Bakit ka boto, no? Hindi ko itatanong sa kanya yan. And Ariel said again, I hope you're watching a beautiful doctor friend, Dr. Lordy. Single and ready to mingle daw si Attorney. We have a friend kasi, no, very beautiful doctor, Dr. Lordy. Hinahanapan din namin siya. So maybe one day we'll have a coffee date, no, for four of us. And hello, my kumaring Althea. Okay. There you go. So thank you everybody for watching tonight. And before I end, Attorney, I would like just to ask you this trademark question. Okay. All right. So, ayan. If you had a chance for a do-over in life, what would you do differently?
I think my mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
um, if I was able to learn from the mistake, I'll do it over again, but this time the correct ones. Mistakes, particularly if I hurt some people along the way, those are the things that I would like to do over and make things a little nicer or better this time.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Attorney Nick, for this wonderful conversation we had. And a lot of people are, inspired. They're being transformed. And based on the comments we are receiving, they are very happy to see you and hear you. Yeah. And the final message, Attorney Nick, for everybody watching.
Well, first, I would like to thank you, Mao, for inviting me in Simply Mao and Talk Life channel. Please continue to do this. I would call this a public service already. In pandemic, of course, we know mental health is both an issue and a problem. So having these types of public service is really, really very inspiring. And for those people who are watching, number one fan that we have, Ariel M. Tolentino, thank you so much also. Um, Definitely, I will be calling you. I'll be reading your books, Significant Living, and hope that we could exchange some ideas about it. And to all other viewers in the Philippines and around the world, thank you so much for listening to us. I hope you learned something from this very worthwhile conversation. And I hope this is not the last time that I will be invited. And
Yes, yes.
and for those people who wanted to somehow know about the law, I have my YouTube channel, Ask Nick PH. You can see
Mhm.
there around 53 videos already about
Yeah.
some of the topics that I discuss about law. So thank you very much, and hope to see you in person when time comes. When everything is already safe.
Yeah. All right, thank you so much, Attorney Nick, my Sir Nick. Ayan, so maraming salamat for gracing Simply Now. And just don't go away yet. I'm gonna put you back on stage. All right, so let's just see each other in a moment. Okay. So everybody watching, thank you for all your love, your comments, your support. And I would like to read one more comment from Art. Sabi niya, this is also what I'm always teaching to my students. They have to be the best in everything that they do. It's the performance that matters as if that it's their last. Very wonderful insights talaga. At tama ako, mas bata talaga si attorney sa akin. Okay. All right. And Emily, thank you for watching. I hope that you keep on watching Simply Now. Thank you for your support. Art, thank you so much, Ma'am Mao and Attorney Nick. Learned so many things tonight. Thank you. Thank you for appreciating that. And of course, Ariel, let's co-author a book, Attorney, with mentor Jonas. Ayan. All right. Everybody, tonight, I am happy that you are able to learn a lot. Not to learn a lot, but of course, I would like to share with you my key takeaways from this episode. It depends. Sabi nga ni Atty. Nicolino, we learned a new term, di ba? Ambivert. It's either introvert or extrovert, or it's a combination of both, right? And then gratitude. You have to be grateful. You have to say thank you every day for whatever is happening to your life, whether it's big or small, bad or good. You have to say thank you. Family is significant. Family is everything. At the end of the day, when you feel tired, when you feel lost, when you feel everything is against you, then go back to your family. They will never say no to you. The genuine love of a family is always there. And then what else? Put your best in what you do, put your heart into it, and regret has no room for you. So yun yung mga learnings natin tonight. And I know that all of you have your own learnings then. And as I always say, you have to want to have more so you can give more. This has been your coach, Mao Tolentino, reminding you each and every day to live with value and never ever let go of your dreams. Live your dreams. Have a great night, everybody. Have a great weekend. I'll see you again on Saturday, 7:30 p.m. here in Talk Life channel. Bye.